What's up, guys? I'm Brian Altano. I'm here with Jose Otero. Jose! Tell me the news. Is this true? Wii games are coming to Wii U?
Yes. Wii
games.
Again? Again. For the second time. So I think it was a big surprise for a lot of us because it's something that if you already had a Wii U, you can put it in backwards compatible mode. You can play any Wii game you want.
Sure. But since day one, it played discs available from your Wii, so if you had your old games, you could play them.
But what happened is that it would switch to a dedicated Wii mode. You'd use a lot of you lose a lot of the functionality. The gamepad did nothing. It was just a glorified sort of screen. And it turns out Nintendo is now reproducing some of these games to sell them on the eShop. Now, at first, that doesn't sound like a huge deal.
Sure.
But then you hear the list of who they're bringing.
Who are they bringing?
Super Mario Galaxy, the first week. The following week is
the first Galaxy?
Excuse me, Galaxy 2.
Ah,
yeah, thank you. Good catch.
Interesting.
Galaxy 2 is the first week. Punch-Out Wii is the second week. And then the third week, get ready for this, Metroid Prime Trilogy. But here's the thing.
All three games. All
three games, but each is going to, it's basically staggered a week. So starting today at the Direct, you can download it right now, Super Mario Galaxy. In fact, what are you doing watching this video? Galaxy 2 is online right now.
No, wait, hold on. Watch this video. We're in this video.
So then
go home and then, you know, and then download the game. Or maybe you're home already.
But the smart thing about this whole thing.
Don't watch the video. Get out of here.
For people who don't own these games already, is that these games are half price the first week they go on sale.
Half price of what?
Half price of, good question. So they regularly are going to be $19.99.
Yep.
They will be $9.99 for the first week. So if this is something you got rid of or you wanted to play again, that's a pretty good reason to jump back into those games and want to play them, especially when you're talking about like Galaxy 2.
You're talking about one of the
Prime Trilogy.
Yeah.
Runs for what?
These are honestly not only some of the best games available on Wii, but I think some of my personal favorite games of all time.
Yep.
Metroid Prime Trilogy, especially for 3 games for $9.99, is a tremendous value.
Yeah.
Those were the remade versions that came to Wii. They all have pointer controls, so you can use them with the Wii remote again. But something that's important to note about Metroid Prime Trilogy is that the disc version of it was a limited release to begin with, so that disc actually goes for a lot of money. It's very expensive.
Yeah,
so if you don't have it, you might never have a chance to play these games.
They also, Iwata drops a hint in the middle of this as well, where he says that if these games supported the Wii Classic controller, these digital versions are going to, through whatever reproduction methods they're using, I don't know, they don't go into technical details, but they will use just the gamepad. So conceivably, Punch-Out, for example, of the 3 is going to, you're going to be able to play that just off of the gamepad. Punch-Out Wii, for example. What that sets off in my mind is that, you know, games like Xenoblade Chronicles can make a comeback, can be played with just the Pro Controller. I hope someone talks them into putting out another RPG called The Last Story that was absolutely phenomenal. If you think about it, new Super Mario Brothers, you know, Wii games could potentially come back. No word on just how long this is going to keep going. They only announced 3 weeks worth of games, so one a week.
Yeah, we could see Mario Kart, we could see Animal Crossing.
That's right.
It puts into question things like Skyward Sword, obviously. You know, that was a very motion control heavy game.
No, and so for Metroid Prime Trilogy, you're going to be using a Wii Remote and Nunchuck again. For Mario Galaxy 2, you're going to be using a Wii Remote and Nunchuck again. But I don't see any way around that. Like, I don't think you can. These are reproductions, you know, and to an extent, presumably they run at 720p, 1080p, whatever. They're going to sort of upscale, not up-res.
Yeah, so let's talk about that then. These aren't like full-fledged HD remakes, as a lot of modern gamers are known to associate with. You see a re-release of a game, and you sort of have the understanding that it's been remade from the ground up, right?
Yeah,
we saw it with games like, you know, obviously, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider. They port from one gen to the next. This might be a sort of a bigger job to go from the Wii to the Wii U, because that was from a standard definition console.
Yeah, but they are picking the right game, so it definitely isn't. You know, this fully takes advantage of the Wii U hardware. Like, it's not going to be on a visual, you know, sort of tier as like Super Mario 3D World or Smash Brothers. But if you have played anything on, you know, sort of Wii mode games on Wii U, you do know that these assets scale really well. They look really good. Super Mario Galaxy 2 looks fantastic. Yeah. Skyward Sword, if that ever shows up, that looks really good. Punch-Out also has very cartoonish. Like, they're playing it. They're picking the right games, and luckily those, you know, they sort of look good enough that I think anyone who jumps in, especially at $10,
$10 is a great deal. Yeah.
That's a really smart idea, and then 20 if you didn't.
Sure, and I think it's like, you know, it's a good way to sort of pad the lineup out. Now, obviously, Nintendo's not known for its like robust offering of third-party titles and software, but between some of their bigger, more notable releases and some of the smaller indie stuff they do, it would be cool to say, hey, for $10, I'm replaying Mario Galaxy again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really cool deal.
No, it is. I don't see, the only thing I'm worried about is that Nintendo has an awful habit of, here's 3 weeks of Virtual Console, and then
forgetting it.
And not that these are even called Virtual Console, but just saying that they sort of front load and raise expectations. Everyone gets excited, and then week 4, nothing.
Yeah.
Week 5, nothing. So NOA or NCL, if you're watching this, like, make this a thing that is going to continue. Don't let these big staggering gaps happen, because you're already struggling to get software on the box. But if you're making this system the Nintendo box, one that you can play Wii games on, one that you can play GBA games on, one that you can play Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and this strategy is slowly forming around it, keep it consistent. That is the
hire
only
a
thing we
team,
want.
get a bunch of guys and girls in there to just port old games that we love, get us one every single week at the very minimum. They're setting the expectation now with 3 weeks in a row, 3 new games. Who knows what's going to happen after that? And if that runs out, GameCube, just grab some of those. There's so many games there. Make it happen, Nintendo.
It's true. Yeah, it would be great to see.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the scoop on Wii games coming to Wii U. Again, disc-free. You can download them. They're $10 in their introductory weeks.
But ask the people, what do you think?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. What do you want to see on your Wii U? What Wii games do you want to play again? Do you have a Wii U and you never played any Wii games? Now's your chance. Let us know in the comments below. And for all things video games, Wii, Wii U, Nintendo, and Jose and I just being just 2 of the best friends in the goddamn world. Keep it locked right here to IGN.